It's 5 o'clock on this Tuesday evening, August 18th, 2020. It's time now for the Beer Channel 5 o'clock news on this Tuesday evening, August 18th, 2020. It's 5 o'clock and the Norton temperature is 83 degrees. Top stories on the Beer Channel 5 o'clock news on this Tuesday evening is the U.S. Postal Service backs down on changes that at least 20 states sue over the potential mail delays ahead of election. Michelle Obama's DNC address fact-checked by AP over distorted immigration talking point. Final Senate intelligence report on 2016 election Russian interference released. Senate Republicans introduced small COVID package that includes billions for postal service. PPP in Portland, police were unable to respond to large street racing taverns across city Sunday night. Trump can't decide if Biden has a fastest or intifada. Coronavirus outbreak linked to Maine redden reception. Death Valley records world temperature record. Atlantic hurricane season could break more records with multiple storms in the forecast. We'll check the latest on the tropics on the weather segment of the Peter Channel. 5 o'clock news in a couple of minutes from now. A Minnesota woman, 18, drowned after pulling children from rain-swollen lake. Belarus protests as well as Russia warns Germany and France not to interfere. Mali president detained by troops for Afghan Union official. Trump slams New Zealand's big surge of 13. Trump slams New Zealand's big surge of 13 COVID-19 cases as more than 400 U.S. countries. As more than 400 U.S. counties reported more than a day. Wuhan holds huge concert pool party after 3 months of no reported coronavirus cases. Coronavirus safety measures being installed at Boston schools. Looking at stocks today, Dow Jones flat, but S&P 500 hits all-time high as Amazon gives a do buy signal. Looking at the stocks today, down 66.84 at 27.38.07. S&P 500 up. S&P 500 up 7.79 at 3389.78. And NASDAQ up 81.12 at 11,210.84. Walmart says consumers spend and drop the stimulus checks ran out. Women at center of Walmart's NBCU exodus actress Sean Kirk and Amazon added 2,000 jobs at New York City's Lord & Taylor building. Latest SpaceX Starlink satellite launch sets another flight record. NASA watches as weird that in Earth magnetic field splits in two. Trump's payroll tax plan means big repayment. California sees first human plague case in 5 years. Anthony Fauci says virtual classrooms in parts of the country hard hit by COVID-19, and Fauci says he does not see U.S. mandating COVID-19 for the general public. While the World Health Organization says planet nowhere near herd immunity, and new models suggest COVID-19 herd immunity might be achieved with far fewer people infected. French authorities confirmed Tuesday they have opened a rape investigation against former Paris Deputy Mayor Christopher Gourard after a report accused him of assaulting a teenager more than 20 years ago. UN North Korea's sanctions panel exempts dental equipment. Largest sovereign wealth fund lost $21 million in the first half of 2020. Court convicts top suspect for killing Lebanese leader in 2005. Reporters Without Borders has called for the immediate release of the South Korean journalist who was sentenced 8 months in prison on charge of defamation. A Chinese vaccine maker says the firm will be ready to roll out a coronavirus vaccine by the end of the year. Studies suggest providing rise to domestic violence during the pandemic. Genevieve exploded in a Category 4 storm near the Mexico's Pacific coast. According to a study, black and white COVID-19 patients with access to care died at similar rates. Postmaster General Louis DeJoy said, Tuesday that he's suspended some of the changes he made to the U.S. Postal Service since taking office to avoid even the appearance of any impact on election mail. Republican political strategist Roger Stone disrupted appeal for multiple federal felony convictions that are connected to the Russia investigation. The Democratic National Committee began the second day of the convention Tuesday with speeches expected from former President Bill Clinton and Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. President Trump said Tuesday he will possibly pardon suffrage icon Susan B. Anthony for her arrest nearly 150 years ago for unlawfully voting. Former Trump strategist Paul Manafort worked closely during the 2016 campaign with a man described as a Russian intelligence officer. A report Tuesday by the Senate Intelligence Committee concluded. Peter Children's time is 5:06. State says no fans at the Patriots' first 2 home games in September, which means the home opener against Miami on September 13th and September 27th against Las Vegas. In North Attleboro, Greenleaf seeks more time to before public hearing on North Attleboro marijuana shop as 1 and 2 marijuana retail operations scheduled to go before the planning board on Thursday is backed up for now. In Boston, the Secretary of State's office has already mailed out the most 950,000 ballots in advance of the September 1st primary election to represent nearly a quarter of the state's 4.5 million registered voters. Really good time at downtown Taunton Drive-In Movie Night. Taunton softball players will compete in charity home derby contest. Fire at 24 units, Thornton apartment building. Arson as the fire occurred early Monday morning at 1:53, 1:55. Wheeler Circle at the Stornends Apartments. Brockton 62, hit by SUV while crossing the street, killed. Brockton Institute finds without hesitation and Whitman's mom arraigned on manslaughter charge and daughter. MIAA sports season plan would push football to February-April window. A Brockton man arrested on illegal gun charges held on $25,000 in bail. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Farber bills and Mainspring have been forced to decrease capacity at the shelters to move some of the guest student motels in Quincy and Brockton. England firefighters both know Commandant in Chief Steve Murphy. Peter Children's side is 5:08. England police look to improve pedestrian safety after crashing. And now, looking at sports scene. 4 playoff NBA games and the NBA and Utah Jazz guard Mike Conley could be back for Game 3, sources said. Alabama coach Nick Saban thinks Top would turn spring football into JV, and Peter Children's time, 5:08. Time now for Peter Channel traffic and transit check on this Tuesday evening. Baby! On the MBTA subway system, looking good. Commuter rail, looking good. And the ferries, they are looking good. $95 on the southbound side, a little bit slow between Suffolk and Providence. 138 eastbound side, a little bit slow on the eastbound side to Newport Bridge. 146 on the northbound side, a little bit slow around the North Smithfield area. And Route 3 on the southbound side, so between Kingston and Plymouth. 28 on the northbound side, also before the Bourne Rotary. 24 on the southbound side, also after 128 Canton. Route 3 on the southbound side, little slow Weymouth stretch. 120 both ends of background between Canton on the way down to Braintree split 120 and stop inside. Little slope between Route 9 and Brookline on the way down to 128.95 intersection in Canton. Cyber Expressway slow between Quincy and the Braintree split. Northbound in the Cyber Expressway low so in the Quincy area. Cyber Expressway southbound so between Boston and the Dorchester 93 northbound side so in the downtown Boston area. Tormont Bridge on the northbound side, a little bit slow. Route 93, the northbound side, a little slow before 128 out in Redden and 128 out the northbound side, a little bit slow between Burlington down to Redden and 393.95, looking good from 120 to New Hampshire border. 495, a little bit looking good from Amesbury down to Wareham. 24, a little bit slow around 495 at Wareham stretch. 190 on the northbound side, a little slow Route 2 and Leominster stretch, and 290 westbound, a little slow Route 9 and Worcester. Merritt Parkway eastbound side, a little bit slow between Central down to Brookport, Connecticut, and 95 at the northbound side, slow in Norwalk to Fairfield, Connecticut, and 95 at the southbound side, slow between New Haven down to West Haven, Connecticut. And up in northern New England, Vermont, New Hampshire, and highways are looking good at 95 at the northbound side, a little slow Gardner, Maine. Peter Chill new sign is 5:10. Time now for Peter Chill weather report. Taking a look at the tropics. Looking at the tropics that it shows. Service on the one, a tropical wave over the eastern Caribbean Sea continues to produce an area of disorganized thunderstorms and gusty winds. This wave is moving quickly westward about 20 miles an hour, and significant development is unlikely while moves across the eastern and central Caribbean Sea during the next day or two. And after the time, however, the wave is forecast to slow down, and the tropical depression will likely to form late this weekend and this weekend when it reaches the northwest Caribbean Sea. Information chance forecast. Low 30% information chance of 5 days, high 70%, and to service number 2, and an area of low pressure located about 300 miles east of the Lesser Antilles is produced in a concentrated area of showers and thunderstorms, and about conducted for development, and the tropical depression is expected to form within next couple of days while the system moves northwestward at 15-20 miles across the central and western portion of the tropical Atlantic destiny. Lesser Antilles should monitor the progress of the system and formation chance forecast. High 8% formation chance of 5 days, high 9%, and latest on Genevieve. 130 mile per hour winds as of 3 p.m., 18.7 in the north, 108.7 in the west, and 3 p.m. Mountain time, and 5 p.m. our time, and moving northwest at 12 miles an hour. And the center of Genevieve is forecast to move just west of the Baja California Peninsula, but is still expected to cause tropical storm conditions across portions of the southern Baja California Sur. And the conditions are expected to begin Wednesday afternoon, could spread northwestward into Thursday. And large swells journeying by Genevieve are affecting parts of the coast of southern Mexico and will spread northward along the coast of Mexico to the Baja California Peninsula by Wednesday. Okay, closer to home, it turned out to be a spectacular, terrific Tuesday in the weather department. Sunny skies and low humidity, picture perfect day. And taking a look at the weather radar shows rain showers west of Lake New Hampshire stretching down to north of New Hampshire and some rain showers northeast of Pittsfield, Massachusetts. Okay, let's take a look at the forecast discussion. Dry and seasonal weather will continue throughout the end of the work week as high pressure builds into the northeast and warmer and more humid weather should return to this weekend and early next week with perhaps a round of scattered showers and thunderstorms as high pressure moves offshore and a slow moving cold front approaches from the Great Lakes. Showers and even a few storms that develop to our northwest and in areas somewhat better stability and deeper moisture, but is expected to rain outside of southern New England as it is fair aloft this far south, and the nonetheless friendly diurnal clouds of forming the days will dissipate the evening with a loss of daytime heating, and aside from a few patches of wind or high clouds, and skies should be mostly clear tonight and air mass at the fairly dry with dew points in the 50s, and then the wind subside, radiation cooling take place, and a lot of temperatures fall in the 50s and then rainy areas away from the cities and the immediate coast. Okay, let's take a look at that forecast. It goes like this. Tonight, mostly clear skies, about 60 degrees, southwest about 6 miles an hour, becoming common in the evening. For Wednesday, south sky about 81, low 58 degrees, and west about 3 to 7 miles an hour. For Wednesday, mostly clear skies, about 58 degrees, and northwest about 5 miles an hour, coming in the evening. And for Thursday, south sky about 79, low 57 degrees, and light and variable wind. Friday, mostly south sky about 85, low 64 degrees, cloudy and coming southwest around 3 to 8 miles an hour in the morning. Saturday, mostly south sky about 87, low 68 degrees, and southwest about 3 to 8 miles an hour. And for Sunday, check the showers after 10 a.m. Partly south sky about 85 degrees, and southwest about 3 to 7 miles an hour. Chance rate is 30% for Sunday night, partly south sky about 67 degrees, and southwest about 5 miles an hour coming in the evening. And for Monday, check the showers, mostly south sky about 86, low 66 degrees, and northwest about 3 to 6 miles an hour. Chance rate is 30%. And for Tuesday, mostly south sky about 86 degrees, and west about 3 to 8 miles an hour. Right now, Norton, it's 84 degrees and mostly cloudy skies. That's me for the Peter channel. 5 o'clock news on this August 18th, 2020 on a Tuesday evening on viewers. Hope you have a good evening. Goodbye. Stay safe, be positive, be healthy, be well. See you 10 o'clock for a 10 o'clock late night report. You have a good evening.